Hello everyone and welcome back to STW Sports, and today I'm going to be predicting the League 2 table for the 2020-2021 EFL League 2 season. And this is going to be very difficult indeed. League 2 is so hard to predict. Any league below the Premier League is very hard to predict, but the lower you go in the divisions, the harder it gets. I can't wait to look back on this at the end of the season, and if I get 5 right in this 5 positions, I'm going to be very happy with that, and I'm really going to take a lot of pride in that because this is going to be very difficult indeed. So yeah, I'll crack straight on with it anyway. Number 24, Barrow. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see Barrow lasting in the Football League. They got promoted last season as conference winners, but I just don't see Barrow hanging in League 2, unfortunately. I do think they'll convincingly go back down, and it'll be a pretty miserable season for them. It's unfortunate to say that. I'd like to see Barrow do well. It'd be a good story, but I just don't think Barrow will have enough, unfortunately. I'm going for them to finish 24th, rock bottom of the table, and go straight back down to the conference, unfortunately. 23rd, Morecambe. Yeah, Morecambe last season stayed up by the skin of their teeth. Of course, it was due to points per game, but I don't think Morecambe this season will stop. I think they're going to get relegated. Not convincingly, but I do think Morecambe are a club who are on a bit of free fall. I think they're going to go down to the conference along with Barrow. So yeah, I'm going to have Morecambe and Barrow to get relegated. I just think Morecambe won't do enough this season to stay up. Number 22, Stevenage. I'm going to go with Stevenage to just edge it. I mean, Stevenage should have been relegated last season. Let's just clear that up. Very lucky to stay in the division, of course. But yeah, I'm going to say Stevenage will just escape on the final day of the season. I'm going to make the prediction that bold. I think Stevenage will stay up on the final day, get in a cheeky draw somewhere or something like that. Cheeky draw, that sounded a bit too much. But yeah, a draw somewhere on the final day to stay up. But yeah, that's my prediction for that. I think Stevenage will just about do it. They'll have another struggling season, no doubt about that. But I do think they'll just about stay up, very luckily. But yeah, 21st, Carlisle United. Yeah, Carlisle finished 18th last season. I don't expect anything special from Carlisle this season either. I'm going to say 21st, and I just think it will be an unconvincing 21st where they just about do enough to stay up without having a special season. But I do think they'll struggle the majority of the season, but they'll get enough wins to stay in the division overall. Number 20, Cambridge United. Yeah, Cambridge very similar to Carlisle, really. I think they'll do enough to stay up, but they won't do anything special. Cambridge finished 16th last season. This would be a bit of a decline for them, going all the way down to 20th. But I don't see Cambridge already doing an awful lot. So yeah, I'm just going to predict them to finish an unconvincing 20th and just about do enough to stay in the division. Yeah, I think that's fair. 19th, Harrogate Town. So yeah, now moving to the other team who got newly promoted in the 2019-20 season from the conference. I'm going to go with Harrogate Town. I think Harrogate Town will stay up in League 2 this season. Bold, some people are actually saying Harrogate Town will do really well. I don't think they'll do really well, but I do think they'll stay up though. 19th position, if they stay up, it'll be a success, I think. I'm going to say Harrogate Town 19th. They've got a manager right now, of course, of 11 years at the club as well, knows the club really well. I think Harrogate Town's home form will be enough to keep them up. That's my prediction. And that's mainly because I think, the fans aren't going to be there for the start anyway. I think Harrogate Town, if they could get enough results at home to stay up. That's my honest prediction. They'll finish 19th, yeah. 18th, Walsall. Yeah, I don't live far from Walsall, to be honest. I live in Stafford, so I'm quite close to Walsall, so I'd like to see them do well, but I just can't see it next season. I just think they're going to have an unconvincing season, and they'll stay up quite comfortably, but I just think they'll have an unconvincing season where, yeah, just mid-table mediocrity turns into 18th position, unfortunately. I mean, they finished 12th last season, so, this 18th would be a pretty poor season for Walsall, to be honest. But, yeah, I'm having Walsall to have an unconvincing season and finish in 18th. That sounds unfortunate, but, yeah, that's what I can see happening. 17th, Port Vale. Yeah, another club based in the Midlands. For some reason, I think Port Vale are going to really underachieve this year. A lot of people are expecting Port Vale to do well, but there's always that one team people have a lot of expectation for, and it doesn't quite work out. That team for me this season will be Port Vale. I think Port Vale will have a underwhelming season where they'll have a good first half of the season, but they'll fade away second half of the season, and it'll get that miserable. They'll end up finishing in very unconvincing 17th. That's my bold prediction of the season. Port Vale will be the underachievers, basically, in League 2. 16th, Oldham Athletic. Yeah, I think a lot of people are expecting Oldham to be right amongst the relegation battle this year, and understandably so. I think Oldham are going to do a bit better than what everyone expects. I think Oldham could even, maybe, this new manager they've got, maybe sack Harry Kill, that is. Maybe Harry Kill will just about steer them away and do enough. I think 16th, it'd be quite a success for Oldham this season, really. So, yeah, I'm going to say Oldham Athletic, they won't do anything special, but a 16th place finish, I guess, for people expecting them to get relegated. It wouldn't be too bad. I think they'll do enough at the end of the season, maybe, to keep them up. But yeah, nothing special, but a 16th place finish. 15th, Grimsby Town. Yeah, of course, Grimsby Town have Ian Holloway in charge, of course, the very boisterous Ian Holloway. Ian Holloway isn't quite the manager of 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Ian Holloway was getting Blackpool promoted to the Premier League. Blackpool, who at the time had a championship relegation team, really, on paper, but yeah, I'm going to say this team, Grimsby, they'll do similar to last season. Mid-table mediocrity, a 15th place finish. Nothing to really bang on about, just a bang average season where they finish a little bit below mid-table. But yeah, 14th, Scunthorpe United. Yeah, I think Scunthorpe will do a bit better than last season. Last season they did struggle a little bit. I don't think they'll do anything special, but a 14th place finish will just be quite a comfortable mid-table finish. Without setting the world alight, yeah, I'm going to say new manager of Scunthorpe as well. They'll be elevated by that and they'll finish mid-table 14th without doing anything too spectacular. 13th, Bolton Wanderers. Yeah, I'm going to go controversial now. Don't kill me, Bolton fans. But yeah, Bolton fans, you're a club in free fall right now. I know a lot of people expect you to bounce straight back up, but Bolton need to watch out a little bit. They don't get too ahead of themselves. Bolton are in a bit of a disaster. Last season, you'd have been relegated without that points deduction. You were convincingly down. A season finishing mid-table would not hurt. I mean, some people are even having you to go down again. I don't think you'll go to the conference. I think you'll do enough for that, but I'm actually going to say Bolton will finish 13th and have a very unconvincing season. First half of the season, I think Bolton will really struggle. I think they'll be down there, but I think they'll recover it second half of the season and finish 13th. Not the most convincing, but I think they'll just about do enough. So yeah, I don't think Bolton will walk League 2 by any means. I think they're going to have a struggle season, but 13th, and then they'll try to kick on the season after. But yeah, I'm going to say mid-table for Bolton though overall. Yeah, it could go either way. Bolton could get convincingly promoted again. But yeah, I think they're a club in free fall, Bolton, major free fall. So I think a mid-table season won't even hurt Bolton. That's the situation they're in at the moment. But yeah, I'm not sure Bolton fans are going to agree with that. But yeah, I'm just going to have to say it. 12th, Colchester United. Yeah, this will disappoint Colchester fans as well. A lot of people are backing Colchester this season for big things, but I can see Colchester under a new manager having a struggling start. I'm going to say 12th for Colchester. It's not a convincing finish, that, but yeah, 12th place, not really much to shout about. I'm going to say, yeah, that's pretty much what I see Colchester doing this season, having a not the most convincing season and a mediocre 12th place finish, banging mid-table. Yeah, I'm going to say that's it for Colchester this season. 11th, Crawley Town. Yeah, Crawley Town will have another mid-table season for me where they don't really do a lot, Crawley. I think they'll just have one of them seasons where they just, float around between kind of pushing for the playoffs and mid-table, and that's where I think Crawley will stay. An unconvincing 11th place finish, and yeah, I think that's where Crawley Town will end up this season. 10th, Leyton Orient. I think Leyton Orient will do better than last season, I do. I've got a feeling about Leyton Orient for some reason. Of course, the club was in crisis a few years ago. They have got themselves in a bit of a better position. I think a 10th place finish. I think Leyton Orient, will make a bit of a late push for playoffs, maybe. I think that maybe they'll have a struggle at the start of the season, but they will pull through. They will push on second half of the season and make a bit of a late push for playoffs, but leave it a little bit too late and end up finishing 10th. Not the worst finish for Leyton Orient, really, when you look at the position they were in a few years ago. But yeah, nothing to shout about, of course, because they won't be in the playoff places. 9th, Mansfield. I'm going to say Mansfield are going to be one of the surprise packages. Very surprisingly, I'm going to say Mansfield will be close to the playoffs and finish 9th. I think Mansfield will. I think they'll do it. I think they'll make a good push for playoffs in the end without doing too much. Last season they were down there, Mansfield, but I'm going to say they'll make a good push for playoffs. Yeah, I think that's fair, in my opinion. I think making that push for playoffs. And then, yeah, they'll end up finishing 9th. 8th, Newport County. I think Newport County will do well, but I just think they'll miss out on the playoffs in the end. They'll just fall short of the final hurdle. I'm going to say maybe a last day of the season battle with them, maybe just missing out. But yeah, I think they'll be there all season, but they'll just miss out at the end, which will be unfortunate. But yeah, I'm going to say Newport County, 8th place, just missing out on playoffs. 7th, Southend United. Yeah, Southend, of course, have a new manager this season. I'm going to say they'll do all right, Southend. I think they'll do really well. They'll get the playoff place out because they won't win the playoffs, but I think they'll do well. I'm going to have a bit of an ambition for them this season. They'll gain the playoffs quite late, make a good push, and then sneak into it. Unfortunately, they'll fall short in the playoff semi-finals, though, but still. Playoffs, though, not the end of the world for Southend at all. 6th, Forest Green. Yeah, I'm going to go... This is my most probably ambitious bet in the list. I'm going to say Forest Green will finish 6th and they'll win the playoffs. I'm going to say Forest Green will be promoted to League One in the 2020-2021 season. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Yeah, Forest Green will do it 6th place, and I think they'll kick on, and that's when they'll end up being promoted. Bold prediction, but that's what I'm going to go for. Got to be bold sometimes. So yeah, Forest Green to be promoted. The first team on the list I'm going to say will be promoted via the playoffs. 5th, Exeter City. I think Exeter will do all right. I think Exeter will finish playoffs similar to last season, of course, maybe the same as last season, but I'm going to say they'll also be beaten in the playoff semi-final. I think Exeter will do well. They'll be in the playoffs, but they will fall short once again in there as well. 4th, Cheltenham Town. Yeah, Cheltenham Town, I think they'll be beaten in the playoff final. I'm going to say a Forest Green versus Cheltenham Town final, and I think Forest Green will win. That is my bold prediction. Sounds a very unconvincing League Two final with all due respect to both clubs. But yeah, I'm going to say that's the one I'm going to go. Forest Green will win the final. Cheltenham Town will have a good season. Narrowly missed out on automatic promotion, but in the end, they will lose in the playoff final as well. 3rd, Bradford City. Big things are expected of Bradford City this season, and I think that's justified. I think Bradford City do have promise. I'll be living near Bradford next season, in fact, because I'll be moving to Leeds Trinity University, so I'll be very close to Bradford, in fact. So I'll be glad to see Bradford get promoted, and I think they'll finish 3rd, going up automatically, back up to League One. Of course, current manager, of course, has been with Bradford twice before, failed to get them promoted. But yeah, I'm going to say this is the season where he does do it just about by the skin of his teeth. 2nd, Salford City. Yeah, this one's going to be controversial. I mean, Salford finished 11th last season, certainly far from convincing. I'm going to say this season, though, they'll be in luck. I think Salford will continue the push and they'll be promoted to League One. I don't really know why. I just think momentum will be in Salford's corner. They've had a season to get used to the Football League now. It was a bang average mid-table season, but yeah, I'm going to say they'll kick on this season and they will finish 2nd and they'll go up automatically, yeah, to League One. I'm going to say it, yeah. I mean, this could go horribly wrong for me, like a lot of these predictions could. A lot of these predictions probably will, actually. But yeah, still, I'm going to say Salford City will be promoted in 2nd place. And number 1, Tranmere Rovers. Yep, Tranmere Rovers were relegated last season from League One. However, before the relegation was confirmed, due to, of course, the points per game, I think Tranmere Rovers were doing quite well. They won 3 in a row, all away from home. I think Tranmere are in a good position. New manager coming now, of course, as well. I think that's going to inspire Tranmere to promotion. Sounds bold, to be honest with you, because Tranmere Rovers, of course, they had back-to-back promotions from the Football League all the way, from the conference, all the way to League One. Got relegated again. I'm going to say, though, Tranmere Rovers will win League Two next season again. Brave prediction, really. I think they'll bounce straight back up to League One as League Two winners. But yeah, so that is my list overall. Do you agree? Please let me know. No one's going to agree with this, are they, at all? I don't know why I said that. But yeah, if you do agree, though, then thank you very much. That really means a lot. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to looking back on this at the end of the season and wondering how many I get horribly wrong. But yeah, so I'm going to say that's my League Two table in the 2020-2021 League Two season. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will be back soon with my League One prediction table. I'm going to do all 4 divisions. League 2, League 1, Championship, Premier League, all coming your way. First one out the way. And I'm interested to see how I do on this one. But yeah, thank you for watching anyway, guys. And I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.